The Ministry of Home Affairs gave its sanctions to prosecute Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the feedback unit snooping case. Delhi's Lieutenant Governor VK Saxena approved the Central Bureau of Investigation's request for the sanction to prosecute and forwarded it to the MHA. The CBI had sought sanctions to register an FIR against Sisodia, who heads the Vigilance Department of the Delhi government. The feedback unit was created under this department in 2015 after the Aam Aadmi Party came to power in Delhi. Weeks earlier, a political war erupted after a CBI report claimed that FPU was involved in political snooping. The central agency said Aam Aadmi Party proposed to set up the FPU to gather relevant information and feedback regarding the working of the various departments and autonomous bodies and institutions falling under the jurisdiction of the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi. The unit started functioning in 2016 with a provision of 1 crore rupees for secret service expenditure, it said. An Air India Newark Delhi flight AI-106 with nearly 300 passengers made an emergency landing at Sweden's Stockholm airport after it developed a technical snag on Wednesday. The flight, operated with Boeing 777-300ER aircraft, was diverted as it had an oil leak in one of the engines. All the passengers are safe. A large number of fire engines were stationed at the airport as the flight made an emergency landing. A week after the income tax officials surveyed BBC offices in Delhi and Mumbai for nearly 59 hours, the UK government, during a parliament debate on Tuesday, strongly defended the British Broadcasting Corporation and said the broadcaster's editorial freedom is vitally important and issues related to the raids were raised with the Indian government. It was also said during the debate that UK is very proud of its press freedoms. We stand up for the BBC, we fund the BBC, we think the BBC World Service is vitally important. We want the BBC to have that editorial freedom, Tory MP David Rutley said, noting that the BBC criticizes the Conservative Party and the Labour Party as well. That freedom is key, and we want to be able to communicate its importance to our friends across the world, including the government in India, he said, responding to questions on the raid and freedom of expression in India. Rutley also said the UK and India had a broad and deep relationship, and this particular issue had been raised with the government. Listed companies belonging to the embattled Adani Group are aggressively clearing off debt in a bid to reverse the damage done by a report published by US short seller Hindenburg Research. Adani Transmission is likely to announce debt refinancing plans in few weeks, said executives in an investor call on Tuesday. This was confirmed by a source who spoke to news agency Reuters. The development comes a day after another listed company of the conglomerate, Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone, announced plans to prepay 1,000 crore rupees loans towards commercial papers maturing in March. It also announced that it had already paid off a debt worth 1,500 crore rupees. Seattle became the first US city to outlaw caste discrimination on Tuesday after its local council voted to add caste to the city's anti-discrimination laws. The move addresses an issue important to the area's South Asian diaspora, particularly the Indian and Hindu communities. India's caste system is among the world's oldest forms of rigid social stratification. The fight against caste discrimination is deeply connected to the fight against all forms of oppression, Kshama Sawant, an Indian American Seattle City Council member, said.